Hi everyone, it's Anya here. I'm back with another video for Ophelia Talks, and I have been having the best filming experience, sort of today, because I have been making this one here in a previous video and this one here in a previous video. I went to the shop and got another one of these. My husband's gonna love me because he's going to have to drink so much coffee. And I have been having more ideas of how to do this. So, I'm still filming. I'm still doing this. And for the third design that I have come up with, I am still using the same material. So still that king cole cotton. I am still using my 3.5. And for this design, we are going to need 3 granny squares. So as you can see here in the corner of my screen, I have already made 2 granny squares, and I am sure that if you are experienced or even if you are a beginner, you will be able to make a granny square. I have got another video on how to make a granny square, so please go and have a look at that. I, on the other hand, am here to entertain you while I make another granny square. So I'm going to tell you a story. Now, as I said, today I have been making these jars in these particular colours. Now, as you know, I have made a Cath Kidston inspired blanket over the last few months. That was in acrylic yarn, but I did this in the same colours. And I have made that. I was going to make it for myself, but then my daughter said, I like that. So, I ended up, sort of finishing it and making it for her. And the reason why I am now making use of the leftovers of the cotton of those same colours is because I want to make accessories for her. So these jars that I've been making, they all go together. So she is going to university soon. I will give her the blanket when she goes to university. It will be hopefully on her bed, and then if it's on her bed, it will be in her room, and she will have these jars as an accessory for her room. So hopefully there will be lots of love in these designs, in these crocheted stitches. And yes, I am putting in lots because not only am I making these for her, but I am also making this for all of you, and I am really appreciative of all of you watching me and subscribing to me, because if you subscribe, you will be notified of other videos that I am posting. I will be posting every Monday and every Thursday, so hopefully I will keep that up. Not only do I post videos of crochet, obviously, of tutorials, but I also like to share my life with you. So I live in Devon, UK, and I like to go on days out. So I hope that you don't mind that I post some, sort of days out or explorations that I do, because I really like to share my life with you, not only through crochet tutorials and through the things that I make for crochet, in crochet, but also my days out. So in the description box below there is a link to a small website that I have, and I would really like you to leave me a review, because the more reviews I get, I might be able to be up for a prize, for an award, for being the best of my region. For me personally, I consider obviously the world my region, because a lot of people from everywhere in the world are watching me, but this is mainly, or it is organised for Exeter, Devon, the region there, that I am a person there who does this kind of thing, so who is in crafts. Right, so go and have a look at the description box below, because not only will there be links to the blanket that I made my daughter, but there will also be links to my best of page, and I would really appreciate it if you could leave me a review there. I know I'm not doing a very good job of showing you how to do this granny cluster square here, but I am sure that through all my talking you have seen what I have done, and this is one of the more basic things that you need for this building a brick for this pattern. Now the thing is, I have shown you this so often, so I am sure that you can go and find one. I will link one below where I make this same square. I've got to make a list of what I'm going to be linking below. Where I make this same square, same colors, but then in acrylic yarn, you know, the one that I made for the blanket that I made my daughter. And so for this as well, you will need a bottom for your, you know, this bit here. So in a previous video, I did this in red. So this is something you will have to go and make as well. So hopefully you'll be, and I'll link that one below as well. So hopefully you'll be able to find that one as well. I have made it already. I mean, I need to save some time somewhere. And it is ready here for me to show you right there. But I have made it in white in this case because I want to put together the squares in red. So as you've noticed, I need more wool. As you've noticed, the two little squares I had already made, I put a green middle and then the second row in pink and then the third row in blue, and I did two like that. This time I have put the blue in the middle. The second row is green and the last row is pink. And now I am going to start showing you in a moment using red how to create or how to join them together, how to create the cover for the jar. So we are almost there. That was lots of talking. I do apologize for that. But like I said, I've been having a great day, because it sort of came to me to do this and more ideas emerged as I did them. So always nice when that happens. Right, okay. So I am not going to put in these ends just yet. I'm just going to keep filming. Right, so these are the components that we need. Now with red, not white, red, we are going to get started on putting the first square onto our base. So making sure you have, this is the outside. Okay, so this is ready. I'm holding this as well with, okay, slip knot and tie it, sort of pull it closed. So we are going to do another row in the color that we are going to be joining it. This time, however, we are only going to do 3 sides, and then the 4th side we will be putting it onto the base. So I will see you when you are on your 1, 2, 3rd corner here, when you're going to start your 3rd corner. So I have just done my first cluster of my 3rd corner, and I'm going to do a chain. Now I'm going to get my bottom and I'm going to hook in between 2 granny clusters, and I am going to do a slip stitch. Oh, hang on. I'm going to do a slip stitch. Hook in and bring up a loop. Whichever way you can manage to do that, and do a chain, then do another chain, and then you are going to do the next part of that corner into the same place where you're supposed to put it, of course. There we go. Okay, then once you finish that, you go back to your bottom and you go into there. Again, try to bring it up any way you can. I generally just roll it round once and that seems to work. And then you go and do your next cluster into your granny square. So we are linking. So after our cluster, you go to your bottom, you put your hook in from top to bottom. I sort of wrap it round, pull it up, and slip stitch, and then I go and do the next cluster. And again, you go in, wrap it round. See, that first one is always a bit awkward, but it's, you know, it's a lot easier now. And now you complete your corner, so you do your 3 double crochets, your 1 chain into your bottom, bring it up, do another chain and do the rest of your corner here. And then you go and find the top knot of that standing stitch, but the next one, and you do a slip stitch to close your round. And look at that. We have now attached the granny to the bottom. Okay, so that's how far we got. Now I tend to, because we have these ends together, I tend to just put a knot in it, and when I finish filming in a minute I will put those in. Okay, now again we go and we start again. So slip knot, and we take our second square. Now I've made 3 different squares. They are going to meet there, it doesn't matter. So I'm now going to do the same thing again. So yarn over, insert, and do a granny row, cluster row, but this time we are going to do 2 sides. So I will meet you when you are, let me just show you. So you start there when you are here. Okay, so just 1 and 1 side. So we started here and I've gone 1 corner and then I'm doing the second corner here. So I do a chain. Then this time we are going to get everything in the right direction. Attach here and do a slip stitch and a chain. Then we do the rest of our corner. Then once again we go in between, we bring up a loop and we go into the next corner here. What am I saying? In between the next stitches in the next cluster. All right. So again, in and slip stitch, and you do your next cluster on your square. And once again, we've come to a corner again, so we do 1 chain, and here we are going to go into this hole here and another chain, because we need to get our corners together. And there we go. That's the second part of our corner done. And again we go in between here. You roll round your wool and you continue with doing your cluster. So this is like the join as you go method. but of course this time we are joining it to the bottom of our jar bit that we've created. That was a stitch that just didn't happen. Okay, let's give it another go. There we go, in there, and we are doing the corner, and then we will be doing a chain. Find that, hang on a minute, find that hole there, roll it round, bring it up, in, do the second part of the corner. See, that's why I start on here, because then you do the least amount of stitches whilst it's on your work, because that's easier to hold if it is actually not on your work yet. Okay, so here we go. So look at that, and our bottom. So all we need to do now is the third one. And this time, all we will be doing is the top, because this time we are doing 3 sides that are attached. So there we go. I will do that for you. So a cluster there, cluster here, a cluster everywhere. Going a bit doolally, too much crochet, I would say. Phew, I think I'm going, when I finish this, I think I have deserved a little bit of a rest. Okay, so take this one here, in there, and bring it up, and do a slip stitch and a chain, and then do the rest of your corner here, and then once again in, slip stitch, and do the rest of your cluster. So really now you're doing 3 rows where you're always, you know, going in, or 3 rows, what am I saying, 3 sides where you're going into the I can feel it's not attached. Okay, so bring it up. Where am I? I just roll it round, making it stay. Yes, there we are. And there we go. Now this one's coming undone because it was my end, so let me just quickly put a knot in there. That always helps, because you're starting with a standing stitch. It does help to just knot it. And then we will get on with our work again. So insert here. Gets a bit awkward to hold it. And bring up your loop and continue. Oh, is it going well? No, what am I doing? Okay, that has to go through there. And a chain, because we are doing the corner now, and the corner then goes into this opening here. Roll it round, bring it up, and another chain, and another 3 crochets into this hole here. So now we've done the side here. Now we're going to do along the bottom, and then we have to do another side. So I will meet you when you are here. So I've come to the top of my granny square here. I've just done half of my corner, and I've done my chain. I go into that top there, bring up the loop, do a slip stitch, do another chain, and then do the rest of my corner here. actually that doing that side was a bit easier than the previous ones because it was attached a lot more, so that was quite nice. So then I pick up my stitch there that I always pick up to do the slip stitch, and that is that. So that is our cover finished. I will have to put the ends in, but look at that. There we go. How about that? Now, the thing is, you see, I was thinking, wouldn't this be nice to give as a present, even with the jar of coffee in it like that? Because it's something that they can use. If you know someone who likes coffee, buy them a jar, make them a little cover, and that way they can have the coffee, they can clean off the jar, and they can then use this to put their spoons in for when they make their coffee. How about that? Okay, so for this one, you can make like we did in this one here, where you're going to go in. So you could just make that in white, but I think I am going to leave this one the way it is, because I quite like the fact that I can actually take it out, because obviously I still have to use the coffee before I can start using the jar. So thank you very much for watching this series of my my designs. Thank you if you have gone to my website, and if you have left a reference there, thank you very much for that, because that would help me enormously in my business. And I will see you in the next video. Hopefully that will be a series as well of the fabulous ideas that are growing in my mind. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!